Welcome to this explainer. Have you ever literally pulled your hair out wondering why your local business ranks #1 when you're standing in your own lobby, but completely vanishes from search results just 3 blocks down the road? Well, you have a proximity problem. It's incredibly frustrating, right? I mean, you know you're the absolute best option in town, but Google is treating you like you only exist within 100 feet of your front door. Today, we're going to fix that whole shebang. We are going to build a reliable, everyday system that forces the algorithm to recognize your true geographic footprint.
Most folks just treat their profile like an old school digital phone book. They just set it and forget it. But Google isn't just looking for a list of keywords anymore. It's looking for proof. It wants a living, breathing entity. The algorithm actively rewards businesses that it can clearly understand, explicitly trust, and visibly see are active on a daily basis. Think about it. If you're ghosting your profile for months at a time, you're basically signaling to the search engine that you might not even be in business anymore. Your real competitive advantage comes from identifying the right daily actions and relentlessly repeating them. All right, here's our blueprint for today. We're going to crack the proximity code, build that mirrored foundation, get a content supply chain going, systematically earn praise, multiply it all with consistency, and finally track our actual reach on a grid. Let's dive right in. So, starting off with section 1, cracking local search proximity. To break out of this proximity trap, you have to give the algorithm undeniable evidence. You can't just cross your fingers and demand to rank everywhere. It all boils down to the 5 Ps. First, you need profile completeness, so Google inherently understands what you actually do. You need pictures to show real work happening in the real world. You need posts to prove you're actively engaged with your community. And you need praise, your reviews, to build that crucial trust. But the absolute linchpin of this entire equation, consistency. It's the multiplier. Doing those first 4 things just once, even perfectly, won't get you very far at all. Multiplying those actions through a consistent weekly rhythm is what actually shatters that geographic boundary. Moving right along to section 2, building the complete foundation. Okay, the secret sauce here is what we call the mirror concept. Basically, your website has to act as the direct, undeniable evidence that backs up every single claim you make on your Google profile. The 2 platforms need to tell the exact same crystal clear story. Think of it like a giant puzzle where every piece has to fit. If your Google profile says you serve the downtown area, but your website never once mentions downtown, well, you've just broken Google's trust. Even a mismatched suite number or an outdated phone number can completely stall your engine. Before you ever post an update or add a fresh photo, you have to ensure your core business info, your local service pages, and your local proof perfectly mirror the primary categories and service areas listed on your profile. Next up, section 3, the content supply chain. Listen, generic stock imagery, it just doesn't cut it anymore. Google's AI is incredibly smart. It knows when you're using the exact same smiling, perfectly clean stock photo plumber as 50 other companies across the country. You gotta ditch the stock photos and use original, high-quality images. Set up a shared team folder and capture work as it's being completed in real time. Get those hard-hitting before and after shots. They make your value immediately obvious. Humanize your brand with authentic pictures of your actual team and your physical premises. Show the specific branded equipment you use, and maybe most importantly, get that local proof. That means snapping a photo of your company truck parked right next to a recognizable local landmark or neighborhood sign in the exact area you want to rank for. When you're prepping your first batch of posts, say 7 or so, you really need a solid formula. Because let's face it, nobody wants to read a pile of stuffed keywords. Write for the customer first, using a simple 4-part structure. Start with a hook, a common problem to grab their attention. Something like hard water ruining your pipes. Then follow that up with value. Give them a useful explanation, like a quick tip on water softeners. Next comes proof. This is where you attach one of those great original images we just talked about, maybe a recent installation you did in a customer's home. And finally, always include an action. Tell them exactly what to do next. Call, book, or visit for a free check. By prepping 7 of these in advance, you guarantee you won't be scrambling for content when things inevitably get busy. All right, into section 4 now, earning customer praise. Whatever you do, do not just sit around waiting and hoping a customer will spontaneously decide to review you. Hope is not a business strategy, folks. You have to intercept the customer at the absolute peak of their dopamine hit, right after you've totally solved their problem or delivered an amazing service. Earning reviews has to be a proactive, systematic process built directly into your customer journey. You want to create a direct Google review link and make it incredibly easy for them to complete on their phone in like 10 seconds flat. Train your staff to ask in person when the customer is happiest and then immediately follow up with a polite text or email reminder. Oh, and remember to respond to every single review. Whether it's a glowing paragraph, a completely unfair negative rant, or just a simple 5-star rating with zero text, acknowledging it shows future buyers that you are engaged and highly professional. That brings us to Section 5, the consistency multiplier. So why does a frantic, last-minute cleanup totally fail to improve your local ranking? Take a second and really think about that. Treating your profile like a one-and-done SEO chore is exactly why brilliant local businesses get permanently stuck in the proximity trap. Imagine staying up all weekend optimizing every single category, writing perfect descriptions, and then completely ignoring the profile for the next 6 months. To a search engine that places its highest value on active, living businesses, a dormant profile is a massive red flag. It essentially signals that you might be closed, or at the very least, just no longer relevant to searchers today. Algorithms absolutely despise cramming. Dumping 50 images on a random Monday afternoon and then ghosting for the rest of the year? Yeah, that looks exactly like spam behavior to Google. Instead, you want daily attendance. Consistency completely beats intensity every single time. Taking just 20 minutes of highly useful activity every single day, uploading one fresh picture from the field, answering one customer question, or publishing one helpful post creates a steady stream of trust signals. And it's this steady stream that gives Google the ongoing real-time proof it actually needs to justify pushing your ranking out further and further across the map.
You know the old saying, if everyone is responsible, nobody is responsible. You absolutely cannot rely on memory or having free time to get this stuff done. You need a strict operating rhythm embedded into the normal day-to-day running of your business. You've got to assign Dave to upload field photos daily. You got to assign Sarah to check for duplicate profiles and publish new posts every Wednesday. And you need a named owner to step back and review the overall strategy and check for missing image types once a month. This operating rhythm is what shifts your optimization from a chaotic, stressful chore into a buttery smooth system. It's literally what makes that multiplier effect happen automatically in the background.
And finally, Section 6, tracking geographic reach. Here's a hard truth. Traditional rank checkers kind of lie to you. They'll say you're number 1, but that's just a static truth based on someone standing literally right outside your front door. It gives a totally false sense of security. Grid tracking, on the other hand, tells the real truth about your actual market share. It visualizes your visibility across an entire geographic grid. You want to track your average map position and physically watch your area of strong visibility expand outward month over month, almost like a heat map. But don't stop there. Combine that map data with tangible customer actions. Are you getting more direct calls? Are people clicking for driving directions? Are they visiting your website more often? That real-world behavior is the ultimate, undeniable proof of your newly expanded proximity. Okay, here's your exciting 30-day sprint to capture your baseline map visibility. Don't stress about being perfect on day 1, just follow the sequence. Week 1, aggressively build and mirror your foundation between your profile and website. Week 2, create that shared photo folder and batch your first supply of posts. Week 3, lock in your praise system and make sure your staff is trained to systematically ask for reviews right at that dopamine peak. And by week 4, assign those named owners to their daily and weekly tasks and run your very first grid tracker. Boom, you now have a true baseline to measure all your future growth against. I'll leave you with this thought to wrap up our explainer today. The real victory here isn't just having a perfect profile. It's having a consistent engine that continuously expands your local reach. At the end of these 30 days, do not ask yourself if the profile is done. Actually, scratch that. The profile is never truly done. Ask yourself, is the system running smoothly without you having to constantly remember to do it? When the answer to that is yes, you have officially unlocked the blueprint for bigger proximity. Thanks so much for joining me, and I absolutely can't wait to see your geographic map turn completely green.